people have been talking about in terms of these debuters are the next two to make the walk. Ethan Ojukwu, Byron Sneed. There is a reason they are headlining the prelims. Let's bring them out with hoops.
Fierce fans, our final fight of the preliminary card is brought to you by Underground Farm, the official wellness supplements of Fierce Fighting Championship. Please welcome our next two fighters, Byron Sneed and then Ethan Ojukwu, to the cage.
Well, it is an impressive resume before fight one for Byron Sneed. Jason, a collegiate and arena football player as well as a record-setting weightlifter. Two big bodies about to go blow for blow.
Yeah, this guy is a specimen, man. I was talking to Eric Iman before the fights earlier tonight, and he said this guy is just a wrecking ball in the room, in the training room. And just look at this guy's physique, man. Yeah, buckle up for this one, folks.
Knew that he wanted to fight since the day he met Sean Strickland in a grocery store in Vegas 3 years ago. They shared some choice words, which actually led him to training. Sean noted his size and asked if he trained. His daughter is also a huge motivator for him. She has cerebral palsy, and he says that he fights for her and his entire family.
I love it. I love it. I love fighters that fight for a cause. I am really excited about this debut tonight. Got a text from Eric Iman that said, we better get his name right. It's Byron, not Brian. And I will be sure to not mess that up.
Says that MMA has filled a deep void from him after leaving 15 years of football years ago. Played at the University of South Alabama and an arena football player for 3 seasons before joining the military.
And we've seen that football background translate into wins in this inside of this cage, a la Ben Moore. I mean, this guy's a specimen.
That's a big toss-up. That's you got? Damn.
Well, within the elite performance circles, there is so much intrigue on the debut of Ethan Ojukwu. Jason, a collegiate athlete who made the move to the mats 1 year ago and already gives fits to the best names in there.
I mean, this fight should be headlining a card. We got 2 debuters. I mean, look at the size of both of these guys. Are both athletes. They're specimens. We got Eric Iman in one corner. We got Andy Boquette in the other corner. I wish we could have those guys mic'd up.
The battle of the broadcasters.
The battle of
right?
the broadcasters. I want those guys mic'd up and hear what the trash talk between those guys. But let's get back to the fighters. Both guys say these guys are just animals in the training room. Boquette said this guy is all over. He's giving him fits. He's giving Mike Jones fits. I mean, this is a matchup.
Ethan Ojukwu watched the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor fight before Jake Paul and Mike Tyson last year and was inspired by Serrano's heart to keep moving forward. He signed up at Jeremy's the next day.
And that was a great fight, by the way.
Heavy hitters for the prelim headliners. Sneed's got a dozen years longer on his life. 6'5" for both sides of the cage and an 18.5-pound divide on the plate as we will see who's Utah's hottest new heavyweight. Over to Jackson to push start on this one.
Fierce fans, this fight is scheduled for 3 rounds in the amateur heavyweight division. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the blue corner, making his amateur debut. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall and weighed in at 257 pounds. Fighting out of Team Link Utah Training Center, hailing from Eglin Air Force Base and Mobile, Alabama. Byron de Bomba Sneed. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, also making his amateur debut. He also stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, but weighed in at 238.5 pounds. Fighting out of Jeremy Horn's Elite Performance MMA, hailing from Utah by way of Tampa, Florida, Ethan Ojukwu. When the fight begins, the referee in charge, Tyler Tomlinson.
So much anticipation for this heavyweight scrap, supported by Underground Farm, the official wellness supplement of Fierce FC. Ethan Ojukwu dons the black. Byron Sneed responds in red. Never thought I'd see Tyler Tomlinson look that small.
He looks tiny in the cage compared to these two. Both 6'5". We got youth versus experience in there. Life experience, not cage experience.
Ojukwu, also a collegiate basketball player. Quick leg kick lands for Sneed.
Sneed says, I'm going to karate chop that thigh there.
Speed sides with Ojukwu earlier. Like a ticking time bomb, Jason.
I'm on the edge. My palms are sweating right now. I'm just.
Lightning fast kicks by Sneed early on. Ojukwu lands one as well.
Ojukwu trying to end the night quick. Loving the composure right now by both debut fighters.
Calm and composed, but certainly the power is respected on both sides of that cage right now.
Yeah. I think Ojukwu's starting to get a little confidence, and he's going to have to gain some respect here.
A little bit of talk between the two heavyweights. Head hunts over the top. Byron Sneed closes distance. About a minute 10 to go, round one.
Just knee to the body by Ojukwu, and he twists Sneed around. Nice knee to the body again by Ojukwu. Now those are going to pay dividends if this fight goes longer. He's landed that punch to the thigh about 3 times in this first round.
Bruising hammer fist by Byron Sneed. Outside trip attempt for Ojukwu to no avail.
And they're waiting in Ojukwu's corner. You can hear Boquette calling out the instructions to Ojukwu. Now he's got a tight body lock looking for a takedown.
Double underhooks for the Jeremy Horn Elite Performance fighter. He'll land a suplex. Right back up to his feet is Byron Sneed. A little bit of respect between the two. As the Masonic Temple absolutely erupts in favor of Ethan Ojukwu. Well, what a matchup we've got here. Byron Sneed, some big moments. Ethan Ojukwu lands the biggest of round number one with that suplex.
Yeah, Ethan, big suplex there. Starting to gain his confidence a little bit with the striking. Byron's going to need to start landing some shots of his own to kind of gain the respect of the younger fighter.
No Jeremy Horn in the corner for Ojukwu tonight. He's up in Montana to corner Mike Jones in a bare knuckle boxing match. Andrew Boquette and David Maggio are there at the controls for him. And Jason, I will just say this in regards to Ethan Ojukwu. I've heard from Andrew, I have also heard from Mike Jones, and I have also heard from ESPN 700's Sean O'Connell how impressive this guy is. How impressive Ethan is in the room, the abilities athletically that he has. He's unbelievable in there. He showed it through the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, and when you got guys like that vouching for you, Sean O'Connell, Andrew Boquette, Mike Jones, and you got guys like that vouching for you, I mean, and it's showing right now. I feel like he won that first round. And listen, this is a young man's sport, and Sneed's not a spring chicken anymore.
35 years of age for him, 23 for Ethan Ojukwu. Top of round 2 we go. Now some heavy lead thrown between these two heavyweights.
I would have loved to hear the corner work on both of these. The power in Sneed's shots. Hard inside leg kick. That looked like it hurt.
Inside on the takedown is now Byron Sneed.
Shout out to the cage crew, making sure this cage is tied down tight tonight for the big fellas. Great underhook by Ojukwu. Ethan doing all the right things.
495.5 pounds inside that cage right now as Sneed lands one up the middle. Solid work by Ojukwu to keep this thing upright. About 90 seconds to go, round 2.
Can the gas tank of Sneed keep up with the younger Ethan Ojukwu? This is a lot of energy for a big man the size of Sneed carrying around all that muscle, and that muscle takes oxygen.
Massive hook lands for Ojukwu just moments ago.
The power of Sneed.
Ojukwu thuds one down the pipe. Sneed doesn't seem to be fazed by it. He'll land a combination.
And he landed a nice check hook on the break there. Little eye poke there. He got a warning at the end of that first round already from Tyler. Yeah, he's had his fingers out a couple times.
Byron Sneed. Not a whole lot of argument off of his end.
If you would have asked me at the beginning of this fight if we would have been seeing 40 seconds left in the second round, I would have said no.
Quick warning, it looks like we might have the eye poke here.
And Tyler telling him, hey, this is a close fight. You got to keep those hands. He doesn't want to have to take a point in such a close fight there.
The fingers did look to be a little bit extended there off of that second strike that Sneed threw.
Shout out to our refs here in Utah. We have some of the best refs in here, taking the time to explain to him, hey man, I don't want to take a point from you in a close fight that can go either way, and let that be the deciding factor.
All right, we got a green light from Ethan Ojukwu. About 35 seconds remain, round 2. Spinning back fist.
Oh,
so fast off of Sneed.
He's been watching Joe Haro. Ojukwu putting on the pressure now.
Unable to land, but a scramble finds Ojukwu on top. My apologies. Couple of hooks in as well.
Might be a little high from Sneed. I'm trying to shake him off there. Short time.
To round 3 we go. A couple of heavyweights to headline the prelims. Still feels like this thing could be shut off at any moment.
Any minute. One punch can end this night. I like what Ethan's doing. He's staying a little bit close. He seems to be kind of pushing the fight as of right now. Sneed had some moments. Maybe needs to be a little more active if he wants to steal around and maybe try to steal this fight in this third round.
Where would you say we're at right now? 2-0 Ojukwu?
I would say 2-0 Ojukwu right now, but it's close. Sneed's not doing necessarily anything wrong. He's just not doing enough, in my opinion. I think he needs to be a little more active, throw some more shots. And how does it affect him getting, when you're a debut fighter, I haven't stepped in the cage, but how does it affect you when you get a talking to from the ref? Does that change things? Does that, throw you off your game plan? Are you worried about that? I'm assuming all these things are going through this guy's head right now.
What a fight thus far at heavyweight. My other thought, Jason, is I am just hoping that we see a whole lot more of them in 2026. But the other question is, who are they going to fight?
I don't know.
Size discrepancy is there for a lot of the amateurs. There's nothing like these two guys.
We don't have big, heavy, athletic heavyweights like this. And it looks like Sneed's corner said, just go out there and start banging with this kid.
Straight into the grappling. Ojukwu gets to a tough spot and now lays a little bit of leather.
I like Ojukwu getting behind the elbows there, doing the right, pushing the head down. He doesn't want Sneed on top of him.
Sneed came out.
You could see Ojukwu looking over at his corner, getting advice, and he did exactly what they told him to. Now he's right on the back of Sneed.
More grappling out of the Sandy fighter. Ojukwu looks to lift off once again. Sneed grounds himself.
Ojukwu just the athleticism, the youth right now showing for Ojukwu. This isn't a knock on Sneed. He's a big, powerful man. Only 35 years old, but this is a young man's sport.
23 years of age for Ethan Ojukwu, born December 16th, 2001. He'll be 24 next Tuesday.
You hear the corner of Ojukwu calling for a trip.
Smart game plan by Ojukwu to be the better grappler in there right now. Solid here in round number 3, but now Sneed backs up the younger fighter.
And he's got his fingers out. He's got the fingers out again. He might get a point taken away here. He might get a point taken away here. It didn't look like he connected.
Did it happen is the question.
He had his fingers out as they were breaking up. He kept the fingers out. It didn't look like it was bad, but they were out and they definitely scraped by it. I don't think it was like knuckle deep. He took a point. Tyler took a point, and that's the right thing to do. As he's closing the distance, he's got the fingers out, and he knew he made the mistake. Sneed's going to have to go for broke this last minute. That's pretty much going to wrap up the fight for Ojukwu if he can stay on his feet.
Heavy up top is Sneed. Ojukwu bites back.
Ooh, nice knee from Sneed.
Ojukwu has not been fazed by the power posed by his opposition in there. His grappling has been so good, and with 20 ticks, he will likely come away with his debut victory. Cleanly connects that one up top.
That was a nice jab. Oh, it's a nice uppercut and connected. This fight might be over.
Down is Ojukwu off the Byron Sneed snipe.
Oh, Blake. Oh, that fight was almost over with.
So close to finishing that one up in the final seconds. Byron Sneed had hit an absolute bullseye. Ethan Ojukwu went down, but it just might not be enough, specifically because of that point deduction.
That he's still a little rocked in the corner. They could be a little bit tired too, but that was right on the button. That dropped him. I'd love to see a replay of that if we got it.
Too little, too late, potentially. We'll have to see where the scorecards lay, but Byron Sneed really came alive in that third round, specifically those final seconds in which Ojukwu did go down, but when they closed distance, it almost braced the fall a little bit.
Yeah, that fight could have ended.
That right uppercut that landed, and we really did have a perfect POV on the other side. Ojukwu's face was right towards the broadcast booth.
Yeah, it was. Wow. That was a tense fight. I did not have this fight going the distance on my cards tonight.
Byron Sneed, very interested to see what he does next. If he can be a little bit more disciplined when standing up, specifically with his finger placement, yeah, he could really be a problem for just about anybody.
He could definitely be a problem. And a little more activity, too. A little more output from him, I think, could have made a difference. But then, trying to pace yourself, you're a big guy trying to pace yourself. These guys are debut fighters at the end of the day.
Ethan Ojukwu got smiles on his side of the cage. Again, we have heard of how supremely athletic he is, as well as Sneed. Nothing but kind words out of Eric Iman as well as Andrew Boquette in regards to their respective fighters. We'll see where the scorecards end up. That all being said, Ethan Ojukwu, a debut for him, looks nice.
Very impressive heavyweight in Ethan Ojukwu.
Andrew Boquette over in his corner. Again, no Jeremy Horn this evening. He's up in Montana. Boquette will rejoin the broadcast for our main card coverage. Xavier Jimenez and Norby Ortiz are yours after a quick break. But before that, we do need to get the final scorecards in. Jackson Hoops still wrangling those. And Joe Haro, Obi Robinette, the final two fighters to make the walk in 2025. Should be good.
I'm really excited. I'm always excited when Joe Haro fights. And he's dialed in tonight.
Looked so good in August. Owen Robinette, extremely impressive in his own right. A 100% submission rate as a professional, 92 when you add in his 8 amateur wins as well. Should be interesting at the top of the card.
No slouch. Short notice fight too, correct?
A few weeks notice,
yeah. A couple weeks notice.
Not only him, but the amateur middleweight and flyweight titles. Dietrich Jessup, Dante Morales, Lane Dalton, Michael Pfeiffer. We talked so much about those. Cannot wait to see those 4 make the walk.
This is a really good main card. I mean, the undercard has been phenomenal.
And so many 12 debuters make the walk this evening, and truly, nobody really looked like it was their first rodeo.
They did not. I mean, half the time, 5 years ago, you're falling asleep watching these debuters fight. Not anymore. I mean, any one of those debuters could be on a main card on the next fight card.
Well, with this delay, you got to wonder what those scorecards look like. Might be a split. Might be something else. We also do have that point deduction. Tyler Tomlinson brings them over to the R&R Barbecue logo. Jackson Hoops is in to deliver the decision.
Fierce fans, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge Dan first scores this contest, 28-28. Nathan Burbank scores this contest, 29-27, and Dennis McMahon scores this contest, 29-27, declaring the winner by majority decision, Ethan Ojukwu.
Strong debut by Ethan Ojukwu. 6 still to go with a backflip to go with it after this break with the Damage Plan MMA podcast.
Your brand, on the move, wherever life takes you. Seen in the rush of adrenaline, in the freedom of the ride, in the heights of adventure, and the thrill of new perspectives. No limits.